Hi everyone, it's Ketty Sharif. Welcome to Bellysoma. These are being filmed during the great lockdown of 2020 when so many of us are at home, perhaps not working, but needing a way to just get back to the body and back to joy. Today we're looking at breath. It's the first level of total body connectivity. Breath is all about initiation, and when people feel a bit fearful, they tend to hold their breath. And when you hold your breath, you impede your movement. Now, the word soma comes from the Greek word soma, meaning the body, the living body. So somatics is all about the experience of what's happening internally within your body, how you're sensing your body. There are three main things we do in somatics. One is weight sensing, really feeling and experiencing exactly where your weight is going, allowing gravity to take over. The other thing we do is sensing space and dealing with space, and that is about yourself and how you relate to the space around you, whether you're moving directly or in a way that's very fluid. The other thing we're doing is working with timing, and timing in two senses. One is, are we going slowly, or are we moving really quickly, rapidly? Or timing in the sense of, are we moving towards something or away from something? Are we going into the future or thinking about the past? So weight, time and space really play a crucial role in our understanding of somatics and movement. So with these movements, which are Bartenieff based, we have the 6 levels, which are breath, core distal, head tail, upper lower, body halves and cross lateral movement. Often babies, as they grow and experience each stage of growth, will go through these movements, these body connectivities. One builds upon the other. In belly dancing, we always begin with breath. Breath equals initiation. Core distal comes after breath, because once you've learned how to breathe and breathe through movement, you then decide on, is the movement close to me? Is it internal or is it external? Am I reaching outside myself into environment? Thirdly, we look at the head-tail connection, and that's very belly dancey because it's all about spinal aliveness and curiosity. That's what makes belly dancing so playful, and it's what I believe keeps you young and playful at heart as well. Then we have the upper-lower movements, like our hip drops and our lovely Arabic walks. They're very action-oriented movements. They're strong, and they remind me a lot of the strong ballady women. Then we have the very decisive body halves, where we're really working with one side of the body predominantly and making very clear decisions. And that in turn helps us with our own decision making, not just in dancing, but in other areas of life. Then finally, we have the cross-lateral movement family, and that's when you pass the midline of the body. And what do we do when we begin to go cross-lateral? It helps us turn. And turning means that you're integrating yourself into your environment and absorbing it all, 360 degrees. So as we pass through these levels of body connectivity, we start to understand where our moves are coming from in dancing. Later on, for the latter lessons, we're going to look at the elements, earth, fire, water and air, and how we find them in musicality and also in our dancing. And then right at the end of these 14 sessions, we're going to do a beautiful flexi choreo. You can work in choreography or you can totally improvise, it's up to you. But basically you're going to have a lot of tools to play with a beautiful 4-part choreography. Okay, so let's begin with the first of the body connectivities. The first level is breath. In order to activate your breath, firstly just make sure that you're weighted, that you have your feet in the ground and your legs are nice and relaxed. That means knees are soft. We're going to take a deep breath in, allowing the breath to come into the belly. It's like you're sucking through a straw down your nose and into your belly so that your belly inflates outwards. What we're going to do now is we're going to breathe by lifting our energy up, imagining it's like a balloon that gets lighter as you breathe in. And then as you exhale, it comes down the body and lowers its gravity. So the breath comes in, rising, getting lighter, and exhale out, down and heavier. Let's do 3 of these vertical breaths. Breathing in and out. Remember your tummy, breathe through the belly. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. So what we just did was a vertical breath, and in the vertical, that's where we usually do our weight sensing because of gravity. Here is your levity up near your vestibular system around your ears, and here is our gravity. So you've got your levity up here, gravity down there, and what are they? In the vertical channel of the spine. Anything that's vertical is going to help you with weight sensing. Let's look at some weight sensing movements. We come up, we go down, and we can shimmy into the ground. You feel the verticality in that? It's a very vertical move, and it's really about weight sensing. I'm lighter and boom, down into my heels, I'm heavier. Let's breathe with that. Up and down. Also, we might like to do a movement that takes our weight from side to side gently, and instead of making it too wide, let's just go in the vertical, which means it's like you're pressed between 2 walls. That's the vertical plane. And then I'm going to lift my arms up, 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 and down, down, down. Very Egyptian as well, because in the movies they used to use this frame that actually corresponded with the framing of the lens of the camera. They're on television for the first time. It's a different kind of window that they're dancing in, right? So instead of dancing in a small space, you're in a window in the television. Someone's looking at you through the lens. So it's all about going vertical, getting taller, stretching, and weight sensing. One more time. Let's do a weight sensing breath in the vertical. Breathing in, getting lighter and out, heavier. Again, breathing in and out. Let's do it with a belly dance movement like a shimmy. Breathing in and out. Let's do it with a belly dancing move like a vertical figure of 8. In and out. One more time. In and out. So the vertical channel is all about weight sensing. The vertical plane, the window in front of us, again is about weight sensing. Now let's look at what happens in the horizontal plane. We move from right to left. This is our horizontal plane. The horizontal plane goes one way, boom, with your weight, and the other way, boom, with your weight. Now for our breathing technique, when we integrate breath, we're going to breathe and come out. And we expand, compress. So even in the horizontal dimension, which is out to the sides, we can breathe in, compress. Breathing in, come out, expand. Exhale, compress. Now there are other ways of doing this breath, because when you're working with the horizontal, you're often working with space. It's how I feel my way into space. Am I working directly, or am I working indirectly or flexibly, fluidly? So I'm going to go direct, and I'm going to go flexible. These are two different ways of dealing with space around us. So what we're going to do, put your hand to your heart, any hand will do, and take a breath in, and then directly go so that you feel your arm go out directly. Breathing in, that's a flexible movement, and out to the heart directly. Breathing in and out. Let's go the other way. Hand on heart, breathing in, and the hand comes out direct, like an arrow, point A to point B. Breathing in, it's flexible, and then direct, back to the heart. So there are different ways of moving. We can move in a way that is direct with our hip accent. It goes point A to point B. For direct movement, you need a rapid weight shift. So right now, all my weight is, for example, on my left leg. It's very light in the right, but then suddenly I push with my rapid weight transfer to the opposite heel. And that creates a nice horizontal direct motion. And. So these are horizontal moves. But what about if I want to be fluid? So instead of going from point A to point B, this is point A, that's point B, I go around and I take the meandering route. So now I'm doing a figure of 8 in the horizontal. It's a slow weight transfer. One foot moves the weight to the other foot slowly. So right now I'm moving in a way that is slow weight transfer, and I'm really feeling my way without a definite direction. I'm just feeling through the shapes. I'm feeling through the horizontal figure of 8. So again, we have the direct motion, and we have the fluid or flexible motion, and they're both in the horizontal plane. Now, the last one we're going to do is the sagittal breath. And for the sagittal breath, it's forward and back. What we're going to do is bulge the chest forward as we breathe in and push back. Bulge the chest forward. As it breaks through, comes forward, breathes in and out. Chest forward and out. So with these motions here, we can go up and down, and do a nice little chest drop, up and down, or we can do a more fluid movement like an undulation, because an undulation is basically a movement forward and back in the sagittal, or a figure of 8, forward and back in the sagittal space. Now this is vertical, remember, breathing in, get lighter and out, get heavier, breath in and out. Then we're going to go into the horizontal, a flat horizontal 8 with slow weight transfer, moving to the sides, allowing your breath to expand and contract. Expand and contract. Expand, your arms open wide into space and contract. Pull the energy into your center. Then we're moving into the sagittal. And with this one, I'll go to the side a little. Sagittal is forward and back. Allow yourself to breathe in to the space in front of you. Breathe in and out. So allow yourself to breathe in very naturally and organically. and feel your chest pulling back. Feel it go in. So we're working with the sagittal breath. Now we're going to do some moving to the music, nice and gentle with the breath work. Let's just take a slow weight transfer in the vertical. So remember, you're moving in the vertical plane, which is the window. Come up, down, up, and down. This is your weight sensing breath. It gets lighter and heavier. Then we do our space sensing breath, which expands out and comes in. It expands out around us and compresses back in. And then we do our time sensing sagittal movement, which is our undulation. Just allow your pelvis to rock forward and back gently in a figure of 8. Allow your whole spine to move gently. And this reconciles past, present and future. And it also allows you to dictate how fast you're going to move, particularly if you're traveling forward. Okay, so this is often called the wheel. Okay, the sagittal is the wheel, the horizontal is the table, and the vertical is the window. So again, this is the window, this is the table, and this is the wheel. Okay, so vertical plane, the window, horizontal plane, the table, and sagittal plane, the wheel. In breath, we can do faster movements as well, direct movements. Breathing in vertically and shimmy down. Or going to the sides horizontally. Rapid weight transfer. And then we can go to the front and back, also with a sagittal space. So again, that's us in breath connectivity, vertical, horizontal, and sagittal. So thank you for joining me for session 1 of Bellysoma. And this session was all about breath. Vertical breath, the weight sensing breath, horizontal breath, the space sensing breath, and the sagittal breath, which is all about timing. So when we're working with the breath, we're looking at how we initiate a move. And of course, the more fluidly you breathe, the easier it will be to articulate your movement. So next session, we're going to look at core distal, self and space through movement. I'll see you then.